A teen spy for the Union Army. True story. Part 3. The winter of 1864 wrapped Virginia in ice. Trees stood naked. Rivers froze. Soldiers lit fires not for warmth, but for survival. And deep behind the Union lines, John M. Smith, Sparrow, sat inside a cold tent, staring at a map he knew too well. He hadn't slept in 2 nights. Not since Richmond. Not since Wolfe looked him dead in the eye. The Union generals praised him. The rail line raid was a major blow to the Confederacy, but John wasn't celebrating. He felt hunted. Every shadow looked like Wolfe. Every creak of boots in the mud made his hand twitch toward his coat, though he never carried a weapon. He didn't believe in killing. He believed in silence, speed, and survival. But something had shifted. Wolfe wasn't just a danger to the mission anymore. He was a danger to everyone around John, and that meant only one thing. John had to find him first. It began with rumors. A Confederate informant named Lyle was captured near the Shenandoah. Under pressure, he confessed that Wolfe was heading west toward Tennessee, tasked with intercepting critical Union supply lines and flushing out known spies along the route. "He's not chasing you anymore," Lyle said. "He's setting traps. He's making you come to him." John didn't hesitate. He volunteered for the next mission heading west. The officers objected. He was too valuable, too recognizable, too exposed. But John insisted. "Let me go," he said. "If I find him, I end this." So they gave him a name, a contact, and a train ticket disguised in a loaf of hard bread. John left that night. He arrived in Nashville under heavy rain. Tennessee was crawling with movement soldiers, scouts, saboteurs. John took up shelter in a broken-down church near the edge of the city, using his old trick. Posing as an orphan, his contact was a nurse named Ruth, who ran a makeshift clinic behind a tannery. She had hard eyes and a quicker temper. "You're Sparrow?" she asked. "Sometimes," John replied. She handed him a scrap of cloth. "Wolfe passed through 2 days ago. Bought medicine. Left toward Chattanooga. He's recruiting Southern sympathizers, mercenaries, ex-bounty hunters. He's not hunting spies anymore. He's building a private war." John nodded. "Then I'll follow." Ruth hesitated. "He knows your face now." "I know."
She reached into a drawer and handed him a mirror.
"Then change it." With mud in his hair and soot on his cheeks, John blended in with the railway workers heading south. He worked beside them for 2 days, hammering nails into broken ties, carrying crates of coal. But all the while, he listened. On the 3rd night by the fire, a tall man in a battered coat whispered something that made John's blood freeze. "They say Wolfe caught a Union boy near the mountain pass," he muttered. "Didn't kill him, just let him go. Said he wanted the bird to fly back to the nest." John stood and walked away before his face betrayed him. Didn't sleep that night, he waited. In the early gray of dawn, he left the camp and headed toward the mountains. The Appalachian Trail was bitter, unforgiving, and quiet. Moved with practiced stealth, every step measured, every sound noted. Ate dry beans and rainwater, slept inside hollowed logs. Days passed. Tracks in the snow revealed men on horseback. And then at the edge of a burned-out village he found it. A mark. A wolf carved into a tree. It wasn't just a signature. It was a message. Wolfe knew he was coming. That night, John camped in silence, too tense to blink. But sleep eventually took him, and so did the trap. He woke to the cold barrel of a pistol pressed behind his ear. "Morning, Sparrow," a calm voice said. John didn't move. He recognized the voice. "Wolfe, stand up." Slowly, John rose, hands up. Wolfe stepped into view. Graycoat.com, eyes, no rage. "Just curiosity. You've made this very difficult, boy," he said. "You cost the South supply lines maps, soldiers, friends." He paused. "But I'm not going to kill you. Not yet." "Then why follow me?" "Because I wanted to understand," Wolfe said. "How a child outsmarted half the Confederacy. How you survived when men with better training died in minutes." John said nothing. Wolfe motioned toward a nearby tree. "Sit," John sat. They stared at each other in the cold. "You're not a soldier," Wolfe said. "You're a mirror. You reflect what they want to believe, that courage comes in small packages, that boys can fight men's wars." John looked him in the eye. "And you're not a patriot. You're just a killer in uniform." Wolfe smiled faintly. "Maybe. A moment passed. Then Wolf stood, holstered his pistol, and walked away. "No one will believe you saw me, and next time I won't talk." He vanished into the trees. John staggered back to Union lines 3 days later, exhausted, frostbitten, and furious. He had failed. But something in him had changed. He had seen Wolf not as a myth, but as a man. And he understood now this war wasn't about uniforms or borders. It was about will. And John's was not broken yet. He sent a coded message to Washington. "Wolf is real. He's building something. Need men. And time. I will finish this." If you liked the video, comment part 4, and Dan T, forget to subscribe to the channel. Next part coming soon.